Good day, dear parents. Welcome to our Kumon Center's Parent Orientation. I am Teacher Romel. I am the Chief Instructor for our Hill Fernando Avenue Kumon Marikina Center. So for today, I'll be discussing with you about what Kumon is all about and how Kumon can benefit your children. First, what is Kumon? Marami po akong sasabihin for the next 15 minutes, but if there are only two words po na dapat nating tandaan about Kumon, ito po yun. Number one, Kumon is everyday, and number two, Kumon is a process. First, Kumon is everyday. It is a home-based education system. Even before the pandemic, Kumon is already considered home-based because the bulk of the work will be done at home. Your child will go to the center for only twice a week, relatively po mga 30 minutes per subject, but every day, they have assignments. We will provide po yung exercises na gagawin po nila sa kanila pong seat work and homework. So that would mean in 7 days a week, 2 times lang silang nandito sa center, 5 times a week nasa bahay po sila gumagawa ng Kumon. And since most of the work will be done at home, it is then considered as a home-based education system. Why? Because our goal po, before teaching your child any math or reading material, is to make them more independent by developing their self-learning ability. Ang mindset po natin dito is that anyway, nagagawa naman nila araw-araw, at some point in the future, kaya na po nilang gawin mag-isa kasi nagagawa naman po nila everyday. So that's the first key word in Kumon. Kumon is everyday. Number two, Kumon is a process. And just like any other process po, it will take time before we will see actual improvement. Why is it going to take time? Kasi po ang goal natin ay advancement. Hindi lang po makaka-catch up sa kanilang grade level, but eventually, after some time, for them to be able to do materials na 1 year advanced or 2 years advanced compared to their school grade level. So that is why we say Kumon is a long-term program. Wala po kasi po tayong masyadong improvement na makikita after 1 month lang or 2 months lang. So in order for us to maximize the benefit of Kumon, your child have to stay for a longer period of time. Gaano po ba katagal? Mamaya po towards the end of the orientation, I will give us a recommendation. Gaano po ba katagal yung tingin namin effective for Kumon to work for your child? So yun po ang two keywords natin. Kumon is everyday and Kumon is a process. Now, who then is a Kumon student? What is our vision for your child? Our vision for your child is that they will eventually become Kumon completers. A Kumon student is someone who is willing to undergo the process. Yan, yung second keyword po, nadaanan naman po natin. The process of becoming a completer. Ano po ba yung completer? Ang completer po is a Kumon student na nakatapos po ng buong Kumon program, no? Be it sa math program or sa reading program. Now, how are we going to pursue completion for your children? There are 6 abilities po that we want them to develop in Kumon. These are motivation to learn, self-confidence, concentration, mastery, good study habit, and independence. We'll go through them quickly one by one. First, your motivation to learn. How? Through individualized program. I-clarify ko lang po that when we say individualized program, we do not mean one-on-one. Although at the start po, pwede kami mag-one-on-one kasi tinitrain pa po namin sila. But remember po na ang goal ng Kumon ay independence and self-learning. So the moment po na ma-observe na ni teacher na kaya na pong gawin ng anak niyo po yung kanilang worksheet or Kumon exercises, dahan-dahan na po silang mag-detach and will let your children do it independently. So kung hindi po one-on-one ang ibig sabihin ng individualized, ano pong ibig sabihin nun? By individualized program po, we mean that their daily workload will be tailored to their ability, not according to their age, not according to their grade level. So hindi po automatic, for example, that if your child is in grade 3, pang grade 3 na material na po kaagad yung ibibigay natin. What we will do, we will assess their ability first. And then based on that assessment, we will provide a material that is just right for your child. Also, they will work according to their own pace. This is a self-paced program. Some students who are very bright can finish one level in just a matter of 20 days, while others can take as long as 8 months to complete the same level. So, it depends na po sa anak po nila kung gaano tayo katagal in one level. And that is why they are motivated to learn. Why? Because ang Kumon po ang mag-a-adjust sa anak po nila. Unlike in regular school na yung mga anak niyo po yung mag-a-adjust sa school. Sa Kumon po, baliktad. Ang Kumon po yung mag-a-adjust sa anak po ninyo. So that is why they are motivated to learn. Number 2, we want them to acquire or develop self-confidence. How? Through easy starting point. They will start at the most comfortable starting level, and this is going to be suggested by the diagnostic test. Yung test po na iti-take po ng inyong mga anak. Pero i-warn ko na po kayo, huwag po kayong masya-shock because 99% of the times, your children will start at levels below their grade level. Why? No? Because before teaching them any math or reading material, ang goal po ng Kumon is to raise their level of confidence so that they can get a perfect score on their first attempt on their first worksheet. Ang gusto po ng Kumon, day 1, page 1, 100 po kagad yung anak po ninyo. So that they will feel, madali lang pala ang math, no? Because I'm getting 100. Madali lang pala ang reading because I'm getting perfect scores. So I want to go to the center and I want to do my assignments. So huwag po kayong masyashock kung sobrang baba po yung kanilang starting level. It is intentional po. It is part of the process. Number 3, we want them to develop concentration. How? Through speed. Speed determines if they can progress smoothly without difficulty, and we have what we call SCT, or Standard Completion Time. This is the calculated time for an average student to correctly answer the worksheet. So when they come here, for example, for their seat work, we will tell them, this is your seat work for today. You need to focus, concentrate, finish this in just 10 minutes. How about sa homework? Ganun din po, no? Before they go home, we will tell them, these are your assignments. You will do one set every day. You also have to finish in just 10 minutes. So ano pong ibig sabihin po nito? Ang ibig sabihin din po nito sa bahay, dapat kapag ka nagpupuno sila, hindi po sila nagga-gadget while doing their exercises. Or hindi sila nanonood ng Netflix or ng YouTube, no? While answering their worksheet or Kumon exercises. Because again, dear parents, ang goal po natin is not only to teach math or reading, but develop their ability to focus and to concentrate. Number 4, we want them to develop mastery. How? Through accuracy. They need to get a perfect score in all 200 sheets that they will do per level. What happens if they commit mistakes? Errors will be corrected. So when they come here in the center, they will do seat work. When they are finished, we will check it immediately. If there are mistakes, we will return it to them, ask them to correct their mistakes until they get a perfect score. How about sa homework? Ganun din po, no? When they go to the center, they will submit their assignments, we will check it. If there are mistakes, we will return it to them, ask them to correct their mistakes hanggang maka 100%. Why? No? Because our goal po is mastery. Hindi po enough na parang familiar lang sila dun sa lesson, o parang aalala lang nila yung topic. Our goal is sufficient mastery of the material that they have finished. And another way to ensure mastery is through repetition. Siguro po narinig nyo na po ito na ang Kumon paulit-ulit. Yung worksheets na binigay last week, binigay na naman this week. Tama naman po yun, no, na umuulit ang Kumon. But there are always reasons why repetitions are given. Marami pong dahilan, but the two most common reasons are, number 1, many mistakes. What happens if your child only got 2 perfect sheets out of the 10 sheets that they did? Ibig sabihin, mas marami pang pages ang may mistakes. So it will signal to us, hindi pa niya na-master kasi po marami pang mistakes. So after doing their corrections, we will repeat it. Hoping next time, since nagawa naman na po nila ito dati, that they will have more pages that are perfect, if not lahat perfect na. So that's the first reason for repetition, many mistakes. Yung second reason po for repetition is yung time, yung kanina pong 10 minutes. What happens if your child got a perfect score, but instead of finishing it in just 10 minutes, inabot siya ng 40 minutes? Bakit 40 minutes? Siguro po sa math, nag-finger counting siya. Kaya tagal-tagal, no, bago niya natapos. Whereas kung walang finger counting, in 10 minutes, tapos niya yung 10 pages. How about sa reading? Siguro po ang daming unfamiliar words habang nagbabasa siya. Kaya kailangan niyang i-google muna yung meaning bago niya matapos yung binabasa. So dahil po matagal, bago nila natapos, we will do it again, hoping next time, because anyway, nagawa mo na ito dati, that you will be able to finish within, let's say, 10 minutes. Because as you can see po, math and reading are skills. In the same way that playing basketball or singing are also skills. In order for you to be good in basketball or in singing, you need to practice on a regular basis. And it is through repetition that we will provide the opportunities to practice their math and their reading skills. Unfortunately po, dear parents, we believe in the old saying that practice makes perfect. Dito po sa Kumon, wala po tayong ituturong tricks, or shortcuts po. No? We will learn the entire skill through repetition, through daily study until they are able to master math. Number 5, we want them to develop good study habit. How? Through daily study. Worksheets will be done every day for roughly mga 10 minutes in the beginning and probably up to 30 minutes kapag ka nasa higher levels na sila. They have assignments on Saturdays. They have assignments on Sundays. They have assignments on their birthdays. Even on December 25 and January 1, they will have assignments. This is going to be 365 times a year. Anyway, 10 minutes lang naman po. Compared, let's say, how much time do they spend watching Netflix o kaya po with their gadgets. What we will do, we'll just ask for 10 minutes lang naman po from their gadget time or their YouTube time because anyway, para rin naman po sa kanila. We tell our students there are no holidays. Just in case their sessions fall on a holiday, wala po tayong pasok, but we will provide worksheets in advance. Sarado po ang center, but they will just do it at home. So kahit po holiday, meron pa rin worksheets na ibibigay sa kanila. Why? Because again, more than teaching math and reading, what we want to develop is the habit of studying every day. Kahit 10 minutes lang, basta araw-araw. Because in the long run, yung daily 10 minutes will amount to something great. And finally, we want them to develop independence. How? Through self-learning. Our materials are designed in small, minute steps, and examples will be provided for every new topic. Ang design po kasi ng ating Kumon worksheets is that for every new topic, there is an example provided inside the box. So we will tell your children, okay, this is a new topic for you, but even if this is a new topic, please study the example first. Now, if you do not understand, I will teach you, I will explain it to you. Pero bago kita turuan, let's try muna if you can understand the example provided inside the box. So it is the worksheet that will teach your children, and the teachers are just here para po umalalay, just in case they have questions and they have concerns about the material that they are. So those are the 6 abilities that we want them to acquire or develop in Kumon: motivation to learn, self-confidence, concentration, mastery, good study habit, and independence. How? Through the math and the reading program. So the math and the reading programs of Kumon are just tools that we are using so that your children will acquire those important 6 skills I mentioned a while ago, like your motivation to learn, self-confidence, concentration, mastery, good study habit, and independence. Now, let's go through quickly the contents of our programs. First, yung math program po. The goal of the math program is for our students to study high school math with ease. Simply put, we want them to study algebra as soon as possible. So we will not wait for grade 7 bago po tayo mag-algebra. Kung grade 6 pa lang, kaya na nilang mag-algebra, mag-algebra na tayo. Kung grade 5 pa lang, kaya na nilang mag-algebra, mag-algebra na tayo. So we emphasize basic math skills needed for higher math. We want them to develop mental calculation and to do away, for example, with finger counting sa math o kaya for writing the carried numbers or borrowed numbers sa vertical calculation. We have 23 levels with 200 worksheets in each level. And this is the structure of our math program. The way we compare it with regular school is that level A more or less is equivalent to grade 1 math. Level B, grade 2. Level C, grade 3, and so on. So level G, H, and I are junior high school math, no? Grade 7, 8, and 9. And then level J, K, and L, more or less senior high school math, grade 10, 11, 12. Level M and O are college level calculus, higher mathematics. So level 2A down to 6A are the preschool level. The second program that we are offering in Kumon is the reading program. The goal of the reading program is for our students to develop reading comprehension skills and the ability to read widely. I-emphasize ko lang po na ang Kumon reading program is not just a how to read program. Hindi lang po siya para sa bata matuto magbasa. But more importantly, it is a comprehension program for the student to understand kung ano po ba yung nabasa niya. Kaya po sa reading program, we have 2 stages. First stage, learning to read. Kung hindi pa marunong magbasa, tuturuan hanggang matuto magbasa. Pero kapag marunong na pong magbasa, hindi po tayo hihinto doon. We will go to the second stage, which is reading to learn. This time, we will use your acquired reading skill, your newly acquired reading ability, to learn more, to understand it. So that is why the reading program has 5 divisions or blocks as we call it. Yung word building block, sentence, paragraph, summarization, and finally critical reading block. Dito pa lang po sa word building block, matututo na silang magbasa. But just like what I mentioned, our goal po is not just learning to read, but comprehension. So after word building block, we will proceed to sentence building block. So this time they will learn capitalization, punctuation, subject-verb agreement, subject and predicate, and so on. And then after sentences, we'll go to paragraph development. So this time they will read, and then they will write paragraphs as well. And then we'll proceed to summarization. Kumon reading philosophy is this. Ang batang marunong mag-summarize na intindihan ang binasa. Ang batang hindi makasummarize kahit natapos niyang basahin, kasi marunong lang siyang magbasa, pero maaring hindi niya naintindihan. So for us, a good measure of comprehension is their ability to summarize what they have learned. And finally, for the last 3 levels, we have the critical reading block, where they will encounter materials written by Shakespeare and other award-winning authors. This is also where they will encounter mga poetry, interpretation of poetry, where they will need advanced comprehension already. So those are the 2 subjects that we are offering in Kumon, the math and the reading. To close the part 1 of our parent orientation, we just like to go back to the 2 keywords po nung umpisa nung ating orientation. Kumon is an everyday process because we are not just teaching math or reading, we are developing skills and habit. Kumon is not a band-aid solution but a long-term program for maximizing our students' potential. And Kumon is not a tutorial center. This ends part 1 of our parent orientation. For the part 2, we will be discussing about how Kumon can be more effective for your children. We will also be giving you more information about our different study options. And we will close by discussing with you our center policies. Thank you very much for your time.